energy or energizing practice today. I really want to have lots of movement in the body. It's cold out, we probably want to just be cozy and not move too much. So I think if we can really have some movement in the practice, lots of breathing, and just warming up the inside, our internal fire. So that's what we're going to work on this practice. We're going to do a pranayama in hero's pose. So onto the knees, releasing the feet behind. And we're going to just place the hands onto the tummy, and we're going to just practice some deep abdominal breathing to center ourselves for the practice. Now I know, Colin, we talked about it yesterday in your private class, so not arching the back, so just making sure that we're engaging the core a little bit here so that we're not arching, because it's very tempting to stick the thumbs out and then put a little bit of strain on the lower back. So we can just relax the shoulders. If that's not comfortable on the tummy and you want to instead have the hands on the knees, then you can, but it's just nice to have that awareness, connection to our own body, our own skin. So we'll just gently close the eyes here, just give the head a little shake, loosening off the neck. And we're just going to really be mindful of our breathing around the tummy region, so just feeling the tummy expand, the tummy balloon, as we're breathing in, and then when we're breathing out, just again feeling that tummy contract. And we'll just repeat that, so breathing in through the nose, big sighs out through the mouth. Just letting go of anything that you've had in your day so far or not had in your day, just letting go of anything, any irritations, anything outside of our control. A couple more breaths. Good. Okay, so we'll gently open the eyes and we'll bring the hands into a little yogi gun. Index fingers out in front and just interlocking. I can never remember the actual names of this mudra, and I need to because it's so not yogi calling it a gun. But we'll take the hands above the head. So we're really stretching, opening out the shoulders a little bit here. So maybe you haven't had your arms above your head too much yet today. We just really want to engage the core again, tucking in the tailbone a little bit. We're going to draw some nice big circles around here. So just drawing some really nice big circles, bringing some awareness into our side body, maybe the chest a little bit, maybe the spine. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just whatever feels comfortable for you, and allowing the neck and the head to move with that movement, so we're not straining to look at me or anywhere else. Using the eyes, a couple more rounds. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good, we'll do one more circle. And back to center, just staying still for a moment. You may notice by moving around in that circular motion that you can just need to settle for a second. And we're going to reverse that circle back the other way. It's really helpful to close the eyes. We're just slightly more aware of what we're doing in the body. I always think and say that yoga postures are meant to be felt, they're not an aesthetic. Couple more rounds. Arms might be a little bit achy already, feeling a little bit of a burn, that's okay. One more round. Okay, we're going to just release the hands down by the side of the body, keeping the eyes closed. Just allowing the arms to completely hang. Hopefully the fingers might just be touching the ground. So I just want you to see if you can relax the shoulders a little bit more. So just – maybe not even needing to move, but just see if you can Allow the shoulders to just completely melt away from the ears. And suddenly they feel really quite heavy, and you can really feel that distance between the shoulders and ears. Good. Okay, gently opening the eyes. We're going to just take some shoulder rolls round, back and down. And then back the other way. Good. Okay, lovely. So we're going to just curl the toes under behind, and we're going to just stay in toe cruncher for a few breaths, just to stretch out the feet here. We can interlock the hands behind the back. Again, tucking the tailbone under here. And we're just going to lean forward, relaxing the head. Just opening out the chest a little bit here. Maybe just moving around to the right a little bit. And then back to center, moving around to the left a little bit. Back to center. Release the hands. And we're going to come into a little child's pose, so spreading the knees nice and wide, releasing the toes, stretching the arms out in front, relaxing the forehead down onto the ground. Just taking in 2 breaths here, so we're just setting the tone for the practice. Just being really mindful of everything we're doing, and I want you to just be doing that throughout each posture. Sometimes the mind wants to wander off or wants to hurry along onto the next pose. So just being mindful of each pose today. Okay, so we're going to just gently move into tabletop. Okay, so coming up onto the hands and knees. So we're going to just open out the body here. So we're going to take the right arm up. One of my favourites. I do this in every stretch class, every yoga class. This is something for me when I first started practicing was really tough. So just the more you do it, the easier it gets. I'm just going to hold it here. Breathe. Remember to breathe through the nose. You might want to open out the body a little bit more, just taking that arm back a little bit more, but making sure we're not collapsing in the shoulders on the left shoulder. Getting a really nice little twist, side stretch. Good. And release that hand down. Same thing the other side. So again, just taking that arm up, gently twisting. And I know myself that this side is a little harder, so you might notice that one side is a bit tougher for you. So just really feeling that, maybe closing the eyes. I want you to try and close the eyes just for a brief moment in every pose that we do this practice. Just notice how your sense of awareness slightly changes and how what you're doing. If you want to, moving a little bit deeper, a little bit more of a twist, and then release that hand down. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into some tiger pose. So we're going to take the right arm up and the left leg back. So coming into those cat cows, but with the arms as well. So we're going to, and arms and legs. So we're going to take the right arm up, the left arm. So taking that up, pointing the toes, looking up. Exhale, bringing the knee and elbow to touch, rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhale, stretch up. Squeeze that glute in the left side. Exhale, round. Inhale, keep your balance. Let's take that up. Exhale, elbow to knee. We're going to do one more. Inhale, take the arm and leg up. Exhale, elbow to knee. And take the hand down. Okay, we're just going to have a little move side to side here, moving the hips over to one side, holding it there. Center over to the right. Maybe notice the heart's already up. Heart rate is already up. Good. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now. So taking up the left hand and right leg. Again, remembering what I said, just closing the eyes for a brief moment in each pose. Exhaling elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. Chin to chest as well. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, last one, stretch. And last one, elbow to knee. Good. Release the hands down. And again, we're just going to take the hips over to one side. Center, other side. A really nice sort of hip and outside edge of the glute stretch as well. Okay, so we're going to push into lifting the knees off the ground. So this is a little bit of core work. So we're just going to really push the bottom of the tops of the feet into the ground and lifting the knees up, but making sure that we're not collapsing in the shoulders. So pushing, being really strong, pushing the shoulders down away from the ears and engaging the core. So lift, hold here. 1, 2, come down if you need to. 3, 4, 5. Drop the knees. You might also feel that in the triceps as well. It's quite strong for strengthening the arms. And we're going to do 2 more rounds of that. So taking a breath in, lift, squeeze the tummy so we feel a little bit of a rounding in the back so that we're really engaging the core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the knees down. The next time we do it, we're only going to lift the knees about 1 inch off the ground, and then we're going to come up higher, and then we're going as high as we can, and then we're going to drop to about 1 inch off the ground again. Okay, so just keeping a really strong mind here, engaging that core, keeping a little bit of a rounding in the back to engage the core a little bit more. So getting ourselves ready to take the knees up, and just a couple of inches, close the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push, coming up a little bit higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back to 1 inch off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, that was tough. Okay, so just coming back onto the toes, we're going to take some wrist rotations now, because that's a little bit of weight onto the wrists. So just loosening off the wrist. Being mindful with that, closing the eyes again, just connecting to that part of the body. And rotating back the other way. Good. Okay, we're going to come up to standing now. So knees into chest, and then coming up to standing, rolling up nice and slow. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into our sun salutes and adding in some bits and pieces in there. So we'll come to the front of the mat and bringing the feet together. So we're just going to come to mountain pose first. So engaging the core, the glutes, the quads, feeling the kneecaps lift. We're squeezing those in, tucking the tailbone under, rolling the shoulders back, tummy and navel in, palms forward. Just notice your balance here for a moment. Just notice where you are, whether your center of gravity is really quite steady today, whether you're leaning more towards the left or the right, the more masculine or feminine side. Just noticing which you're leaning towards. Okay, we'll bring the hands together at the heart. Take a breath in and out here. Good. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale, come into our forward fold, bringing a little bend to the knees, hands on the calves, feeling that connection between the tummy and the thighs. And looking down at a point in front of you, not back towards the knees, so we're not tempted to round the spine. Good. We're going to come to a half lift, so inhale, hands on the shins, and raising up, shoulders back. Good. The weight is in the toes. Exhale, back to a forward fold. Okay, we're going to step it back to plank, so stepping both feet back to plank. Coming here into plank. So we're just going to hold it here. So just gently moving back and forward, squeezing the fingers into the mat. So we're really trying to grab the mat with the fingers. And by doing that, we're protecting our wrists. Now you can either lower the chin, chest, and knees, or come into chaturanga, like a yogi press up, whatever feels better. And we'll slide straight forward to upward facing dog, sorry. Good, nice. If you want to, you can lift the knees up, only if that's not too much on the lower back. Take a brief breath in here. And exhale, pushing back to downward facing dog. And we're going to just take a nice wide-legged dog here. So spreading the feet nice and wide, the hands nice and wide to the width of the mat. And just looking down at a point in front of you. So not looking back at the feet. It's always tempting. So just staying here, we can bring a little bend to the knees and then straighten the legs. And we can introduce the breath with that. So inhaling, bending the knees as much as we can. Exhale, straighten. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, bend the knees as much as we can. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 1 more. Inhale, bend and hold it here. Breathe out. Take a big breath in. And breathe out, straighten. Good. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg forward between the hands at the front. And we're going to just drop that left knee and foot down. Okay, so we're going to come up onto the knees. So inhale, bring the hands onto the knee. Exhale, stay here, but just see if you can push the hips a little bit further down towards the earth. And just check the alignment of the knee, that it's not going over the ankle, or we're not here, so that we're not working too much, or we're not working enough. Good. Okay, so just holding it here, feeling that hip flexor just really lengthening on the front. We're going to hold the opposite hands behind, pushing the shoulders back, opening out the chest. And we can just lift up a little bit. Keep the neck nice and long, relaxed. Good, see if you can sink a little bit deeper. Using your exhale to help you get there and find space in the muscles. Good. Okay, so we're going to take the left hand to right knee. The right hand can just come onto the lower part of the left thigh, and we'll gently twist behind, looking towards the back right hand corner of the mat. Good. Breathe, close the eyes, remembering to do that every posture. Okay, we're going to take the hands down to the mat. We're going to push back into our downward facing dog. So curling the toes under, pushing back into our downward facing dog. We're going to move through to our vinyasa, so moving to plank, either dropping the knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, yogi press up, straight to up dog or cobra. And then moving back through downward facing dog. Big breaths here, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really feeling like we're pushing that tailbone up to the sky, and you'll notice that the hamstrings suddenly are working here, and maybe the calves. One more breath. Good. We're going to take the left foot forward this time between the hands. Drop the right knee and foot down. Finding that comfortable position, checking the alignment of the front leg. Coming up onto the knee, getting comfortable here, feeling the upper body lift and feel really nice and strong here, but the bottom half of the body is pushing down towards the earth. Good. Take another breath here. Okay, this time we'll take the right hand to left knee, the left hand behind onto the back of the thigh, gently twisting, looking behind. Closing the eyes just for a moment. You'll notice your balance is suddenly challenged. Good. Okay, so bringing the hands back down to the mat. We're going to push back into our downward facing dog. So carrying the back toes under, back to down dog. Again, we can pedal out here, keeping the gaze in front of you so that the neck is nice and long. And we're going to come into those bent knee positions again. So inhaling, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. Two more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one, inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Good. Okay, so just pedaling out here. Maybe having a little gentle twist around to the side, just looking under the armpits. Okay, so we're going to come into a little three-legged dog here. So taking the right leg up first, straightening that leg, pointing the toes. Now the important thing here is to keep the hips square. So we're not getting the leg up higher by opening up the hips. So if we don't move up very far, it's fine. Then we're going to bring that knee all the way forward to touch onto the right elbow. Exhale, move forward, back, straightening that leg, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. One more, inhale, knee to elbow, it's tough, it's a strong quad. Exhale, three-legged dog. Take that leg down, and we can just pedal out here. Moving through our vinyasa, we'll do the same thing on the left side, and then we'll take a little breather. So plank position, chaturanga, moving forward to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to take the left leg up this time, making sure that we're not opening up the hips. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, push back, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to elbow, closing the eyes. Exhale, three-legged dog. Close the eyes for a second. Good, two more. Knee to elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. One more, knee to elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. You'll feel it in the arms. Enjoy that. Release the legs. Take the knees down. And we'll take a really nice passive child's pose. Head down to the earth. Have a big sigh out. Really feeling the energy in the body. Use your breath to help control your mind. Big sighs out. Good. Okay, so we're going to just gently roll up to standing. So placing the hands down on the earth, and we can just bring the head up, curling the toes under, knees into chest, relaxing the head, and then straightening. So gently rolling up, unfolding, nice and upright. Good. Okay. So we're going to come now back to the front of the mat. So it's a little bit of a variation on a sun salute. So I've just added and taken away some bits there. So we're going to do something similar again. And we're going to introduce some revolved warriors, some more warriors, forward folds, those types of things. So we're just going to take a moment in mountain or Tadasana. So we want to spread the toes, again making sure that the tailbone is tucked under, squeezing the glutes, engaging the quads, feeling the kneecaps lift, shoulders around, back and down. Engaging the core, the tummy is tucked in. Just notice your energy, notice your balance now, if there's any difference to the first time we were in this mountain pose today. Good. Okay, so Paramasana, hands at the heart, breath in and out. Inhale, Uttanasana, big stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring a little bend to the knees and just bringing the head down as close to the earth as we can. We're going to half lift and look forward. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Okay, so we're going to inhale, come into our plank position. And we're going to exhale, coming into Chaturanga again, keeping the elbows in tight to the body and lower down. Slide forward into up dog or cobra. Really making sure that we're not punching in the shoulders, we're pushing the shoulders back. Nice. Okay, so we're going to take a big exhale, moving back to downward facing dog. Two more breaths, really using your breath here. Good. One more breath. We're going to take the right leg forward between the hands. And we're going to stay onto that foot behind, onto the toes. And we're going to release the hands here. So we should feel that we can rest the body onto that thigh. Push the shoulders back and down. And we're going to take the arms behind us into a little bit of a flying lunge here. We can bring the hands into chin mudra, index finger and thumbs touching. We're going to hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bringing the palms together, we're going to move forward into a little bit of a balance. So we're going to be balancing on that right leg. So we're going to need a little bit of a help to get up. And then we're going to fold forward. So you can have a little bend to the knees if you need to, pointing the toes behind. Stay nice and strong. You can take the hands down if you need a little bit of help. One, stay here, close the eyes for a brief second if you can. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to plant that back leg behind. Coming into our warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Bend that front knee. Stay here, breathing in. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Twist round to the left, coming into warrior two. Tucking this tailbone under, the hips are level. We're making sure that that front knee doesn't bow inwards, so it's still nice and parallel. Looking over that front middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Reversing the warrior, taking the left hand to the left leg, right arm up. 1, 2, keep that front leg bent. 3, 4, 5. We're going to revolve that reverse warrior. So right hand comes to the back of the leg. Inhale, take the left arm up. That's it, good. So just gently twisting, staying nice and strong in the legs. 1, look up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We're going to bring the hands back down. And we're going to push into our downward facing dog. Hold here, really pushing that tailbone up towards the sky, feeling that on the hamstrings, looking at a place in front of you. 1, breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Take the left foot forward, staying up on the toes behind. And we're going to again just release the hands, so resting the body onto the left leg, taking the arms behind, hands in chin mudra. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to use a little bit of a propel to move us forward to that balance, hands in prayer. A little bit of shaky is okay. And releasing the hands, if you can reach the ground, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, keeping the hips square, we're not rotating out to the side. 4, and 5. Moving that back, coming into our warrior one, so planting that back leg, bringing the foot in. That's it, warrior one, hips forward. Back leg is straight, we're lifting through the kneecap, and we're strong in the arms here. If you're too far, move forward, hold here. 1, 2, 3, breathe. 4, and 5. Twisting to warrior two, tailbone tucked under, hips level. Looking over that front middle finger. 1, 2, 3, close the eyes for a second. 4, and 5. Right hand to right leg, left arm up. Inhale here, exhale. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Reverse or revolving that. So left hand to the back of the thigh, gently twisting. If that's too much, just take the hand onto the lower back and then take the right arm up. Hold here, keeping bent in that front leg, strong in the back leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We're going to twist to warrior two and then heel toe that foot in. So we're going to come into a nice big wide forward fold. So hands on the hips, heart's really beating now. Catching the breath. And we'll just take a nice big forward fold. So we want to be tucking the tailbone under, the navel's tucked it in, shoulders are back, and folding at these hip creases here. So take a big breath in here. Exhale, fold, keeping the back nice and long. Good. And we can release the hands here. So we're just going to stay nice and long here, keeping the back straight. Now just play around with your body weight, moving that backwards. Now if you notice, if you move the body weight backwards, you might feel a little on the back of the knees, which is not what we ever want to feel. So moving that body weight forwards over the toes, so that the toes are really trying to grip hold of the mat. Good. Okay, we're going to walk the hands over now to the right leg, gently twisting. You might even want to hold on to the ankle, but again, remember, if you're feeling that in the back of the knees, then that's too much. Bring the hands onto the ground. Okay, back to the center. And we're going to move it over to the left. So I'm taking the hands over to the left, keeping the hips where they are. So bringing that twist from the upper body, not from dipping the hips to one side. Good. Okay, taking the hands back to the middle, half lifting, so coming up onto the tippy fingers, which I just made up like the tippy toes. And we're going to take the right arm up, so just gently twisting. So taking the right arm up, and then exhaling, taking that arm back down to the ground. Inhaling, taking the left arm up, closing the eyes for a brief moment. Exhaling, release. We're going to do that again. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release. And left arm twisting, taking that up. And exhale, release. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into yogi squat. So bringing a nice bend to the knees, and we can lower down, bringing the bottom to the close to the ground as we can. Good. Nice. So we're just going to push the knees apart. Now, if you notice, if you start engaging the glutes, you can lift a little bit taller. So just engaging the glutes here helps us find a little bit of lift, a little bit of strength, and it just increases the intensity of the posture. We can also engage our Mula Bandha, our root chakra here, the pelvic floor, just lifting that. It's a really good grounding posture. Okay, so we're going to take the left hand down to the ground, taking the right arm up, coming into a little twist. Exhale, release that hand down. Left arm can come up, little twist, exhale, down. Now this one's a little bit more intermediate, but see how you go. So we're going to wrap the right arm around the right knee, taking the left hand behind, seeing if we can just hold on to the hands. And we can come into a little twist, just gently looking towards the left. Don't worry if you can't reach that or if it's unsteady. Okay, so releasing the hands down, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So taking the left arm, just wrapping that on the outside of the knee. Taking the right arm behind, seeing if we can connect the fingers, and gently looking towards the right. And squeezing that pelvic floor, the glutes, making it active. And then gently release. Okay, we're going to sit down on the mat now. And we've done a little bit on the hips there, which is quite strong. So we're just going to lay back onto the mat. And we're going to come into a little happy baby. So just taking the legs up to the sky. I know Emily loves this one. So just gently rocking side to side, closing the eyes here, just enjoying it. And also trying to push the pelvis and hips lower back into the ground as well, just to keep the spine nice and supported. Just relax the facial features. Good. Okay, so we're just going to take a little rock backwards and forwards. So bringing the legs up a little bit, maybe coming up to seated, rocking back, just giving the back a little massage. And forward. Good, just a couple more times. Lovely, try not to do a roly-poly. Good, okay, so we're going to stay up sitting and we're just going to take a little forward folding butterfly just to really stretch out those hips a little bit more. So bringing the soles of the feet together, just shuffling forward. And we're just going to completely allow the back to relax, rounding the back a little bit here, bringing the head wherever it wants to sit, closing the eyes. Just taking a few breaths here. Good. We'll gently roll up nice and slow until we bring the head up, the chin parallel to the ground. Good. Okay, so we're going to just take the hands behind us, bringing the knees together. We're just going to move the knees over to one side, allowing the hips and the glute to come up off the ground. Nice. Back to center, keeping the chest nice and lifted here, and then over to the other side. Inhale to center, exhale, twist. Inhale to center, and exhale, twist. Good. Okay, we're just going to lay back on the mat, coming into a little spinal twist here. So bringing the knees up, the arms can come out to the side to a T shape, or if you're like me with a little bit of lack of space, to a cactus arm shape. Take the hips over to the left a little bit first, and then allowing them to move over to the right. And we want to keep the shoulders down onto the ground. If you want to, you can increase that stretch by maybe just twisting the left leg or wrapping it around the right. So having a little bit of a deeper stretch. Then we can look towards the left hand. So I'm just crossing my legs over here. Just close the eyes, just allowing the heart rate to slow. Let's try and relax the legs as well, because naturally we want to start tensing areas up. So just trying to relax all of those areas. Okay, good. So we can gently uncross the legs if you did cross them like me. Bring the head back to the center, bring the knees up to the midline. So just getting the body in one straight line first before we move over to the other side. We'll move the hips over to the right a little bit and then twisting them over to the left. And again, if you want to, maybe crossing the right leg over the left leg like we do when we're seated. Keeping the shoulders down on the ground and looking towards the right. So just settling in here. And closing the eyes, just noticing how you feel. Maybe you feel hungry or tired or energized or just relaxed. Just noticing whatever feelings come to the surface for you. We'll bring the head back to the middle, uncross the legs, and then bring the knees up to the middle, keeping that body in a nice straight line. And we're just going to settle into Shavasana, so taking the legs out straight, either having the hands onto the tummy, connecting with the skin on the tummy, or down by the sides of the body, palms facing up, whatever feels more natural and more comfortable for you right now. So just tilting the pelvis up slightly, noticing the lower back feels a little bit more supported, and pushing the shoulders down away from the ears. And we're just going to settle in here. Taking some deep breaths. Big breaths out through the mouth. So we're just going to move around the body, just relaxing each part, but we'll be introducing the breath there as well. So we take our awareness to our left foot to start. Take a nice big breath in. And as you breathe out, just allowing the whole of the left foot to relax. And the left calf, knee area, taking a big breath in here. Exhaling, gently relaxing this area. The left thigh and hamstring, awareness here. Taking in a big breath. Exhale, relax. Maybe just noticing a difference between the left and right leg now, as we take our awareness to the right foot. Taking a slow breath in. Exhale, relax. And the right shin, calf, knee. Taking a breath in here. Exhale, relax. And the right hamstring and thigh. Taking a breath in. Exhale, relax. And from the hips down, noticing the legs feeling slightly heavier. Taking a big breath in here. Allowing both legs to completely sink into the ground. And now the tummy, chest area. Breathing in nice and slow. And exhale, relax. And the left arm, bicep, tricep, elbow, forearm and hand. Breathing in. Exhale, relax. And the right arm, bicep, tricep, elbow, forearm, wrist and hand. Taking a slow breath in here. Exhale, relax. And now up to the head, just allowing the head to feel really nice and relaxed, supported by the ground. And parting the lips, allowing the jaw to sit really freely. Just loosening the area around the eyes, the eyebrows, the eyelids. Taking a nice big breath in here through the nose. Exhale through the nose as well. Now just concentrating on our breath. Just notice when we're breathing in through the nose. Just experiencing that breath on the back of the throat, which you may have not noticed before. Notice the coolness of the breath when you're breathing in through the nose on the back of the throat. And when you're breathing out through the nose, notice that temperature change in the body. Notice the warmness in the nostrils. Taking a couple more breaths. Good. Just settling in here, quietness in the body and the mind. Hearing any sounds you can hear, whether that's made from other people, maybe outside if it's raining. Any sounds you can hear, just allowing them to be a part of this experience without trying to fight off anything, allowing it to be. Forcing of anything at all here, no forcing of thoughts or forcing of stopping any thoughts, just being here. Okay, we can gently begin to bring awareness into the body, just moving the fingers and toes a little bit. Noticing those sensations. Just taking a deeper breath to wake up the body. Big sigh out. And stretching the arms maybe above the head. In any way that feels good and natural for you. Maybe you've noticed your body temperature has come down a bit. Just being aware of that. Just noticing all those sensations, reactions. So we can gently, if you feel ready, roll onto the right side, bending the left leg and using that to help you roll onto the right. Keeping the eyes closed here, we can just gently breathe nice and naturally.
Resting here, no rush to go anywhere or be anywhere or do anything. Just getting connected to yourself, your mat, the practice. We can slowly and gently push into the left hand on the ground, using that to help us come to sitting upright and keeping the eyes closed until we're sitting up. And we're just going to take the hands onto the knees and we're going to just allow the hands to face up here. The hands really relaxed, maybe noticing if you can feel any energy around the hands or if that doesn't resonate with you at all. Don't worry. So we're just going to take the gaze up slightly with the eyes closed, just noticing a bit brighter behind the eyes. Keeping the back nice and upright, but comfortable. Again, allowing the shoulders to just melt away from the ears. Using your breath to really help you just relax the shoulders. Just natural breaths, no rushing. Okay, we'll take the hands over the eyes, just closing off, noticing the darkness behind the eyes when we do that. We'll just wake up the eyes, moving the eyes round clockwise 3 times. And then anti-clockwise 3 times. Slowly bring the hands away from the face, opening the eyes and looking at the palms. Namaste. Thank you.